First of all, what is happening in Bawku is very shameful. And let me state it here and now. There is no chieftaincy issue in Bawku. There is none. And Krofobu or Safwa, they have never traveled beyond Kintampo before, even Techima. Offensive was Santa Region Punipan Kohoda. But they will come and sit on TV and radio stations calling themselves security expert. And they are talking about Bawku issues.
Okay. The security expert for no.
They have never been there before.
What's it?
Expert.
Listen to this. There's no chieftaincy issues in Bawku. People who know that the northern part of Ghana very well will know that the place largely was founded by a great king called Nagbewa. And Nagbewa had 4 children. And Mema Nehemiensa no Baye Bawku. Wanunasifo is what is make up of the northern part of Ghana all the way to Burkina Faso.
Oh, okay.
Yes. The Bisa, the Mosi, the Dagombas, all of them are the Mampusis. We are all part of the Molo, the Bani cluster of languages or ethnic groups that spring out of Nagbewa. And the Molo, the Bani kingdom began from where we call Pusiga.
Yeah.
That is where Nagbewa first settled. The grave, that grave have become one of the greatest shrine in the entire Kusak. Baby, you find in the Kusak area or the Kusak Traditional Council, and there springs from the Tili Forest, the Kubono River at the boundary between the Kusasis and the Fafras, left, right, and center, all the way to Burkina Faso in the east and Togo, Burkina Faso in the west and Togo in the east, and the northern is occupied by the Kusasis.
Okay.
No two ways about that. The Kusasis have lived there for all these centuries. Now, we were a Asiphalos state. Asiphalos means we didn't have a centralized administration.
Oh, okay.
Each unit governed. Bawku never became a focus until 1932, when there was a guy called D.C. Sam. D.C. Sam was the colonial rep of Bawku. And the Bawku becoming the center of interest came as a result of this decision. D.C. Sam take here because before the colonialists in the northern part of Ghana, now more dealing with the Asantes, make the coastal belt, the Asantes, and all the way to the north. And they arrive at Mampurugu. And they happen to have a centralized system of government. And when they got to the area, the Kusak area, Kusak phone and like they didn't embrace the colonial administration that much.
Okay.
Because each unit was okay with themselves.
Yeah, okay.
And the British system of indirect rule, which they wanted to foster in the north, led to the invitation extended to the Mampurugu, which is the Nairi, to give him some of his sons to come and help them run the administration in these areas because there's no centralized leadership. And it happened that, in fact, there have been varying historical account to that, how the Mampusis came and settled at Bawku. And Bawku had been the Kusasis land all these years.
Oh, okay.
But there is no way that the Mampurugu or the Yanairi sat at Mampurugu and determined who should be a chief in Bawku. The people who were sent there were brought in as reps, but not overlords. But the decision in 1932 established some kind of authority because this is some suggested to the indigenes and they say, oh here, rapper, obey the param, obey the figurehead, Trebeya, obey the colonialist no instruction as far as so now call other areas nina. And the Kusasa said that look, yeah, we are busy doing our farming and other things. We don't get time, or we won't get time for this business.
Okay.
And he said, this, or the same, I brought or more rep or the rep in Bawku should do that. And that was how come, more or less, the Mampusis begin to exert their authority over the Kusasis. But they were resisted. So towards 1957, our independence era, issues were raised. And then Lord Listowel, who happened to be the final governor, formed a 3-member committee led by Domahene at the time, and they investigated. They sat in Bawku and listened to people for many days, and they come to the conclusion that Kusasis should do what? Become the rightful owners in Bawku. Now, when Ghana became independent, Naba Azoka Abogrago the first was made the chief or the paramount chief over the Kusasis.
Okay.
But the NLC decree 112 dethroned him or deschemed him when Kwame Nkrumah government was overthrown.
Okay.
And when Rawlings came back in 1979, the matter went back to Bawku.
Okay.
So it went to it was appeals court at the time. An appeals court judgment came, I think, in 1989 when Naba Bogrago died. Sorry, 1984. When Naba Bogrago died, and the judgment was in favor of the Kusasis.
Okay.
And they lived in peace all these years until the year 2000.
2000.
The elections, when MPP won. In fact, towards Ghana's independence, the issue splitted. And the local political actors came into the matter. But let me leave the history and come and deal with what is happening now.
What is happening now? Because our
What
times is almost
what is happening now is a pure act of criminality. And we must put the blame squarely at the doorstep of the Ghana Armed Forces.
Oh, okay.
And you're very shameful. June 22nd, 2008, that day was Sunday. There is a place near Sabongari called Puabula. Puabula community hono and Krofobi Kohwano said soldier and Tadia. Community who they thought they were soldiers.
Oh, okay.
And the men ran away and leave the women and the wives. I know mama. One house, you could nipple 11, including a pregnant woman. Yet they seek out to 2 or more to 12 some more. So this have been
2008.
2008, 22nd June 2008. That day was Sunday. And it's had that community in there. So recently, the Ghana Armed Forces deployed soldiers to the area. And those soldiers,
For what reason?
I don't know. They were only Mampusis.
The soldiers?
Yes. They were Mampusi soldiers. No more deploy to Bawku. In any case, what sense will it make? Say Ghana Armed Force, the military high command, but deploy soldiers among themselves, they come from this ethnic group of the warring factions from all the area. Now I said that there is no chieftaincy issue in Bawku because this matter went to the Supreme Court in 2003. When Kufuor came, Abambusi Foreign started after 1984, basically the year 2000. How many years later? They started the conflict again. And the matter went to Supreme Court. Supreme Court ruling in 2003 settled the matter. And the decision of the Supreme Court was that nobody should ever bring Bawku chieftaincy matter again to court because the Kusasis are the rightful owners of the rightful heirs to the throne, to the skin of Bawku, and therefore they shouldn't bring that matter again. And into what happened, having known that they have lost the battle, they decided to engage in criminal activities.
To weigh a criminal.
Criminal activities. Now, Mami conclude on this. Oshe Emma, ya just say, ya kumwa shutu akwala what this 6 months. Ya di ababo kwala nsa manawu manabu akwala what 3 years. A true akano, and they are smoking people here and now. How can soldiers do this? How can soldiers do this?
Hello.